So here are 5 reasons why you should register your school for the Churchill Archive and make use of the Churchill Archive for Schools.com resources. 1. You'll build students' confidence in using primary sources, an important historical skill that appears on school curricula worldwide.
Textbooks tend to digest the material for students, they regurgitate it in the right order. Sometimes there's a narrative voice in the textbook. They'll have a teacher possibly as well talking to them about this. But with the archive, quite often the student is alone with the source and the screen, and they have to really find their feet with it.
You're there, you can imagine you're in his head sort of and looking at what he personally thought about what was going on at that time.
The Churchill Archives, it shows you all the different intricate ways that history works. You see the letters sent from Churchill to Clement Attlee about how he was trying to convince him to do certain things. You see the side you don't usually see as we experience it in real life. You see everything that's happening behind the scenes.
2. You'll be encouraging them to engage with historical events and make connections to the present day. Being able to contextualise events and understand historical concepts like change, continuity, cause and consequence will make students better historians.
Well, I think mainly people talk about the differences between the past and where we are now, but I think what's more interesting is looking at the similarities of understanding that we are all connected somehow through our own universal history.
What I enjoy about studying history is that that I can go back in time and see all the amazing people and what they've done and how they've helped the world to become what it is like today.
3. The investigations will help students understand key topics in modern international history, and the wide range of investigations means there's something to suit everyone.
My group did nuclear weapons make the world safer between 1945 and 1951, which then allowed us to look through the archives and the sources that we were given to help us answer the question.
I found interesting how the suffragettes used violence instead of peace to be peaceful and law-abiding.
4. The resources are very flexible, so you can use them in whatever way suits your teaching, with the whole class, for group work, or as homework assignments.
What's great about the Churchill Archive as well is you have a simplified resource and then you have a more detailed resource. So also that differentiates for children, and being a secondary school teacher, that's very important because all children are different types of learners.
It's important that our students can have access to that. Obviously you can't travel from all over the country to the archives, so to have them arriving in your school computer room is a real asset to history teachers. 5. And last, but by no means least, the activities will help students develop the research skills that are vital for success in higher education. It's never too early to start.
This has helped me develop skills like analysing language, being able to pick out the information that is just necessary, also being able to skim read and just pick out the quotes that are the best for your argument or whatever you're learning about.
Seeing the Year 8 students today having a go at that and evaluating sources in a really mature way like a historian does, it's going to go a long way, I think, for their development as young historians, definitely.
So please join the 2,000 schools who've already registered for the Churchill Archive and make the most of this fantastic resource by visiting churchillarchiveforschools.com.